Welcome in to the best damn live charting show there is, all in the charts. I am the Crypto Bull God. You can hit the thumbs up button for some support. Drop a comment, kindly. I'm losing my words here. This is what happens when you go live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications, so that you're notified when I go live. I don't go live generally every day around 5 to 6. Today's a special day because, well, it's Friday, first off. It's been nice and gloomy and rainy all week in South Florida. But it is the Friday before a holiday, so I want to wish everyone an extended holiday salute, I guess. Salute to our troops. Salute to those who have protected our country for countless years. I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable holiday. I have some plans Saturday and Sunday. I don't have anything going on Monday, I don't think, unless something comes up last minute. So I should be here on Monday, live streaming, in case anybody on Memorial Day wants to check out the charts with me. I should be here on Monday. So yeah, just Saturday and Sunday I have stuff going on. Today the day is flying by. It's been a very productive day. No complaints. I got a lot of sleep. I feel great. Today is probably the best I have felt all week, considering the circumstances of how this week unfolded. I am feeling pretty incredible. So, and I've had a very, very productive day at work, and I'm anxious to get back at these charts. You know, there's not a what's up, Terry? Good to see you in here, brother. Not a lot of material updates on Bitcoin. We're going to jump into Bitcoin. There was an item or two that I forgot to, as I was going through and updating you guys yesterday and kind of speaking on my perspective on the Bitcoin charts and how the market is looking at the moment. There was an item or two I forgot to mention. So I did want to mention that real quick. And then I have a few altcoins pulled up here. It looks like I have duplicate charts here. I have a few altcoins pulled up here that we're going to take a look at. And then I'm going to leave plenty of time. I'm going to leave plenty of time for TA Q&A. So if you have any technical analysis related questions for crypto, or hell, if you want to do a stock, I'll do a stock with you. Once in a while, we take a look at a stock. I'd be happy to chart it live with you and share with you what I see in the charts. You can drop your comments at any point, really. But yeah, I should probably get that off the screen. Personal health history is not good to disclose on a live YouTube channel. Anywho, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. You can even find me on Instagram, and you can find me on TradingView. One word, it's Crypto Bull God. No underscores, no nothing. It's Crypto Bull God. Look for this little blue check mark as well. People have copied the photo, which is sad, but make sure you look for the blue check mark and no underscores or anything like that. Thank you for everyone new tuning in. Show the support with the thumbs up. You cannot hit the thumbs up. You need to crush the thumbs up. So, you know, in terms of what's going on price action right now, you can see Bitcoin's up a percentage. Harmony won. To all my fellow Harmonauts out there. To all the people who think that Harmony 1 is dead and it's not going to come back, the chart says otherwise, okay? I am expecting big things in price appreciation from Harmony 1. Let's remain patient. And my holdings in that project say so. Anywho, let's focus on the Bitcoin price for a moment. Wanted to kind of touch on two things I missed yesterday, and then wanted to talk about the current price action that we see going on today. So right now, what's going on? Well, we fell below this pink 200 simple moving average, and now we're just trying to get back above it, right? So it's not surprising that right now, this green candlestick here, which will be set to close at 8 p.m. Remember, it's a 12-hour candlestick, so it's basically a day split up into two candlesticks. So this thing opens at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and closes at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this thing's just trying to get above the 200. What you'd ideally like to see to express as much realistic strength today as we'd like to see in the market, let's get above the 200 simple moving average. That's at 27,470. So I'd like to see today's price. This is what you want to watch for. It would be ideal if we could get a close on Bitcoin today somewhere around 27. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong moving average. The pink is at 26,700. I was reading the 50. So it would be ideal if we could get a close right around $26,700. That would really be ideal. And right now we're sitting at 26,770. So right around that level. By the way, it is Friday. Don't know if anybody wants to join me for a happy hour. Go for it. I am having, it's not cellar temperature. I had it in the fridge and it's colder than it needs to be, but I'm having a Bordeaux, a nice dry red wine. That's sort of my preference. I like drier red wines, but that's a little too chilled. I need to let that sit. Anyway, so that's really what's going on. Now let's talk about what I missed yesterday. You know, it's hard when you go live. You show 5 different charts on Bitcoin. You might miss a point or two. So 2 points that I missed that I wanted to make sure that I hit on. The first was I did hit on the fact that we have right now a double bottom. I did talk about that. The other thing that I didn't specifically speak to, and this is why it's important to follow me on Twitter, because I've pointed this out on Twitter, we have bullish divergence on the RSI. Now, this doesn't need to play out, but it has a statistical likelihood of at least resulting in an initial bounce up. Could it be a bounce up? Could it result in a bounce up in price and a rejection and a fall, drop in price lower than what we've seen? Yes. Could it result in an initial rise in price, a higher low, and then continuation to the upside? Yes, it could result in either. But the important thing to keep in mind is that when we see bullish divergences showing out in charts, they have a very decent likelihood of playing out to the upside. Okay, so that's also something to keep in mind. The other thing I wanted to hit on, because I don't think I did an effective job of communicating this yesterday, I said that we need June. Really, June is a pivotal month for me. Because if June kind of comes in chippy choppy bullshit sideways and we don't get some really decent upside action in June, it's going to start to put into serious doubts if Bitcoin's going to hit a new all-time high this year for me. Okay, and whether or not we're going to start bleeding into, going into like April of next year. Okay, the one thing I want to clarify in that statement is that I think that it's still possible. Okay, I think it's still possible that if we have a sideways month in June, and let's say we close June at 29, 30,000, I think it's still possible to get a new all-time high this year. But the thing you have to keep in mind is I would not want us, okay, if June is not a really bullish month, I would not want us to have an all-time high this year. Why do I say that? One of the things that I have continually impressed upon you on this channel is the duration of time for a parabolic price movement is very important. If the parabola occurs over a period of 3 or 4 months, the price appreciation will be less than if it occurs over 6, 7, 8, 9 months, right? We want gradual moves up and then a parabolic price movement. Another way to think of it is if the runway is shorter, if we only really have July to December to work with and now we've cut out June, the runway for our airplane to take off, it's shorter. We don't have as much distance to take off, right? So it's possible that we could still get an all-time high in 2023, but my suspicions is great grammar, CBG. My suspicions would be, though, that because we have that 1 month cut out, that the all-time, the parabolic blow off top that we would get this year, if it were to occur in 2023, would be lower than would otherwise occur if we had June being a really bullish month. And I hope that that makes sense, because that was a point I really wanted to make sure to hit on yesterday, and I didn't hit on that. So I wanted to make sure to clarify that. I hope that made sense. Thumbs up to everyone new tuning in. I hope you're enjoying your Friday before Memorial Day. So that's really all on Bitcoin. We spent a great deal of time talking about Bitcoin. Nothing else that I really wanted to point out at the moment on this chart. Ethereum, again, I am expecting right now for Ethereum at some point very, very soon to make a very large, sharp, volatile movement up. We're sitting right at this 1800 level. The only thing you want to look for this weekend is to make sure that 1800 holds. That's it, okay? I was here for this, okay? I remember what this was like. And I'm telling you, point blank, that history, you know the saying that history does not rhyme, but it often likes to repeat. Or history does not History does not repeat, but it often rhymes. Again, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot edit these things. History does not repeat, but it often rhymes, right? And so I remember in this subsection of data here, and again, I have compared, until I'm proven wrong, I have been comparing current price action right now to that of late September 2020. Now, in late September 2020, this is what Ethereum was doing. It was pretty fucking boring, okay? And a lot of people get weeded out because they're extremely impatient in this market. Now, if you're tuning into this channel, you should not be impatient, okay? In this channel, what we stress is that patience is key to the success of our investment positions in our portfolio. So if you were patient and you had an investment thesis and you held this, and you were sitting at $330, you could have rode this all the way up to $4,200 and done more than a 10x in Ethereum, okay? So I feel like the price action right now here is very similar to this, and I'm waiting for the parabola to really start beginning here, So keep an eye on Ethereum. I want it to hold 1,800. I believe it's going to hold 1,800. MACD, we're showing some signs with the rest of the market that momentum is curbing. Stochastic RSI is still above 20, but it has a negative cross. So we want to see, the other thing we'd like to see on the stochastic RSI, if you have a weekly chart up on the trading view, is you want to make sure that the stochastic RSI at some point flattens out, and ideally it would be above 20, and then we get our positive cross up. RSI is at a really healthy level at 55. That's a very neutral, lending bullish, but very neutral level. Okay, very, very healthy level on the RSI. XLM is one we have not taken a look at a while. Really stumbling over my words today. I don't know what's going on. I have not had a glass of wine before this live stream, so I don't have any idea what the hell's going on. This is one we haven't taken a look at in a while, but this is a cup and handle, and I used to tweet about this thing relentlessly. And, you know, there's not a lot of excitement in it right now, so I've laid off the tweets. But the pattern is still valid. This is a cup. This is a handle. We've broken out of the handle. So the question is, you know, maybe we kind of ride here for a little bit. But are we really going to start to see some sort of parabolic journey up here on XLM, Stellar Lumens, that's going to take it somewhere well north of $2, okay? Something also to keep in mind. Now, you know, and I mean, this is the premise of the entire live stream, that it's all in the charts. Something interesting to keep in mind is, I don't know if Brad Garlinghouse, if he was interviewed or where he said this, but I saw some headline, and I didn't take it past the headline. I didn't do any due diligence on this, but I saw that reportedly, based on a headline, and of course you have to take that with a grain of salt if it's actually accurate or not, but Brad Garlinghouse is expecting official results for this SEC Ripple lawsuit to be released, whatever the outcome is, in weeks, not months. So it'll be interesting. Yes, Track, I think it's very possible. Again, no certainties on this channel. I'm not telling you Stellar Lumens is going to go north of $2. That's not what I'm telling you. But I believe it's very possible based on a cup and handle pattern that has formed here. Yes, I believe that's very possible. Would not surprise me whatsoever. What's up, Jeff? I haven't seen you in here, my brother. Jeff Kua. Jeff, I'm just going to call you Jeff. But it'll be very interesting to see what the timing is surrounding the release of the Ripple SEC news case, litigation. Because oftentimes the news and the charts sort of just line up. We're waiting, right? So let me, fumbling around with my words here, let me try and formulate what I'm trying to say. I'm anticipating a big move in June to the upside. To me, it wouldn't be coincidental that if on June, I don't know, I'll pick a fucking date, June fucking 23rd, okay? No, June? This is May. June 20th, okay? On June 20th, we get news that Ripple has won the lawsuit, or they've settled with some slap on the wrist that it, you know, XRP was considered a security many, many years ago, but now it's not a security and it's considered a commodity or whatever the hell they want to term it. Either way, I do not see Ripple losing that lawsuit. But to me, it wouldn't be coincidental that in the charts, I'm anticipating a move up in June, and then coincidentally, we get bullish news coming out about this SEC lawsuit. The thing to keep in mind with that is if that were to occur, XLM is often referred to as XRP's sister coin. So generally, their price movements are very similar in nature. Okay, so if XRP, you see XRP go, moving up 10% or 7% in a day, quite often Stellar Lumens will very much mirror that. Maybe they have offsetting days. Maybe one day XRP is up 7%, Stellar Lumens is up 3%, the next XRP is up 1%, and Stellar Lumens is up 12 or 15%. Okay, so they mirror each other very, very much. Rashid, welcome in, brother. Glad to see you back. I've seen you here many, many times. Appreciate the support. So I wanted to point that out. Now, this is a newer token, not familiar with the projects, just stuck out to me. I saw that it was up big today. And something I'm at least keeping an eye on from a trading perspective. Nothing I'm looking to invest in or anything like that. Again, some of these projects I'm pretty clear on, and I never disclose position size. I think that's something, my best suggestion for you, never disclose a position size. Nobody needs to know your position size. Why would you ever want to disclose that? To me, that is moronic. Like, I don't see the point of disclosing your position size. Never would I disclose a position size to anyone. I don't think anyone outside of myself, I've told anyone how much of anything I hold. No, I don't think I have. I've kept that completely private and personal. Thumbs up to everyone tuning in. Yeah, not even none of my exes, not my brother, nobody knows. So I would keep that personal. But one of the things I do point out are the projects that I'm invested in versus trading. What's up, Jorge? I was trying to think of something quick and witty. I'm not very quick and witty. And this is one where I wouldn't be looking to make an investment, but I may be looking to make a potential trade. You can see right now what's happening is we're forming these higher highs and higher lows, and we're consolidating in this triangular formation. This sort of pattern is present in a lot of charts. One of the things you will find if you tune into this channel and if you chart on your own, you will find a lot of commonalities amongst many charts. I've pointed to Harmony 1 and H-bar. There's a lot of similarity in market structure between Harmony 1 and H-bar. One of the biggest distinctions or the differences between those two assets in terms of charting them is there's more volatility in Harmony 1, which brings about it more risk to the downside as well as more potential to the upside in rate appreciation just because it takes less liquidity to move it. It's a smaller market cap. But the point is, in a lot of these assets, the more and more you chart, if you're a nerd like me and you love charting and this is something you do for fun and pleasure, yes, this is what I do. This is the sexiest thing I have going on in my life, ladies and gentlemen, outside of my 2001 Acura Integra. That, by the way, my 2001 Acura Integra, very excited, just finished some work today. I installed brand new seats, brand new seat belts. I dressed up the interior. It came with beige. I've been working on the interior for years. And I finally took out some of the interior that was beige originally, replaced it with some stuff I found on eBay that was black, but also painted some of it black. What else did I do? The glove box is the only thing I want to take out and paint. Oh, also I finally put a phone mount. It bolts into the bottom of the seat, and I can just stick my phone right on there, and it's nice so I don't have to hold my phone for GPS. So my car is getting a lot more high tech, but brand new racing seats in there. Feels good on the sweet cheeks, Jorge. So very excited about my car. Feels nice. Feels like a brand new car inside. Feels very nice. But anyway, I don't know where the hell I was going with that. Point is, yeah, outside of sexiest thing in my life, my car in the charts. Yes, very, very true. But the point is, I really like the market structure in here. What I'd like to see is this price level of around 13, 14 bucks hold. But if you can get in my opinion, on a trade opportunity, never buy in on a green candlestick. But next week, if we come down anywhere, let me draw another area here. Again, never financial advice. Do with this whatever the hell you want. Just giving you my honest opinion. If we come into anywhere within this range, I would view it as a great opportunity to get in, waiting for anywhere between 13.67 and 15. You could do a couple things. You could play it to the upside here and start selling some of your position into downward resistance here, Or the other way that you can play this is you can await confirmation. That means you can await for us to break this resistance and put in a buy limit order to actually buy right below resistance or right at or above resistance, or you can wait for it to come up and back test, as you know it commonly likes to do, form support, and then ride it on the way up. And I have areas of resistance up here. But this is an interesting trade setup. I really like the setup here. So I just wanted to point that out. XDC we haven't pointed to in a while. Chicks dig the bigger size. Kevin, what's up? The bigger size. I don't. Was that something I commented on earlier? That's what she said. In general, big is good, right? Too big is not good, though. Too big for a lot of people is not good. Too big, too small. You don't want to, happy medium is always good. But we don't want to go off the rails too much with this channel, all right? My mind is so far in the gutter right now thinking about this conversation. Let's continue to move on. We haven't taken a look at this one in a while, and it spurred my interest. I was just kind of scanning my list, and I thought, we haven't really talked about this one in a while. It hasn't really done anything. I bet you people are losing interest, so let's just have a conversation about it. So you can see right now there's a general, you could put this a couple of different ways, but there's a general upflow in price, right? Higher highs and higher lows kind of coming in here. The other thing I wanted to point out is, and this is very bullish, the RSI is actually increasing. You can see the RSI is increasing in value as price has kind of been consolidating and going sideways. What I would like to point out on this chart of XDC, man, I wish this would get room temperature. Cellar temperature is really good wine, actually. What I would like to point out on this chart, let's get away from the price technicals and let's just talk about price action since it's king. This has awesome market structure. This is one of these charts when I look at it, it's easier from an investment standpoint or a philosophy in terms of really taking a longer term position in something. When something presents itself with this much market structure, it's much easier to make a business case. It's much easier to create a financial case to want to invest in something like this because it has a clear symmetry in structure here, right? We can take a look here, for fun, and just project out. I'm going to remove the volatility associated with that wick. We can just do a rough estimation from the bottom of the prior wave all the way to the top of the wave to the bottom and say, hey, look, if we start hitting the 2.6183 or all the way up at 5, you're talking 53 all the way up to $1.10 for this thing, right? It just has such clean market structure associated with it that I don't think I own any of this. I might own a small amount. I'm not 100% positive on that. If I own some, it's too small to know. But this is ticker symbol XDC. What you want to watch for is roughly 3 cents to hold, okay? The next area, keep in mind, the next area of major resistance is 4.5 cents. That's a 50% move to the upside. So if you can scoop up XDC at 3 cents, you're talking about a significant move up by 50% to our next area of resistance. And then you can see there's not a whole lot of resistance between 4.5 and 9 cents. There's certainly other areas here that we could draw. You could make a case for roughly 6.7 cents. But the point is, the point is once we get above 4.5 cents, I would expect a solid likelihood that we could entertain 9 cents relatively soon, okay? You can see this swing high here, this lower high. This was at, 6.7 cents. So we could get a rejection around 6.7 cents. That's entirely possible. In fact, I'm going to draw that in. But once we break 4.5, I would look, and it looks like it might be 6.8. 6.8 cents to 9 cents. That's what I would be watching for. So that's XDC. Guys, drop your questions in the comments, and I'll get to some commentary in the feed here. But anything you want me to chart, these sweet cheeks are growing bigger. These shorts are getting tighter. These shorts. It's an inside joke. Short shorts. Oh, short shorts. It's an inside joke. Sweet old lady. Very sweet old lady. She does my tailoring for me. Anyway, go on a lot of tangents today. This is the last one that I had prepared to take a look at you, and then if I don't have any questions coming in on crypto TA questions, I'm just going to scan my watch list and just kind of come up with something that makes sense to chart. Guys, I'm remaining patient as hell with Alethea AI, artificial liquid intelligence. Artificial liquid intelligence in crypto is going to be such a strong narrative going into the end of this cycle. If you want to call it a cycle or wave movement, whatever the hell you want to call it. The only reason I don't like to call it a cycle is because I'm not falling in this 4-year cycle camp. So I just want to be clear about that. But it's going to be a strong narrative. There's going to be a lot of money flooding to these AI projects. Okay, this is a lower liquidity, smaller market cap play. This is in the mid to high 200s. Okay, let's look it up real quick. This is one that I have tweeted about quite a bit. Okay, it's at 301. So it's fallen all the way to 300. This thing has been in a massive falling wedge. It's also in a massive bull pennant. This is the pole right here. This massive move up is the pole. From here all the way up to here is the pole, and this is the pennant. I have some price targets up here. Maybe we can cover at a later date, anywhere between 26 cents to 87 cents, but that's for another video perhaps. Yes, those are my initial targets that I'm kind of looking at the moment, 26 cents to 87 cents. But anywho, the point is, right now what's going on is encouraging, okay? There's no confirmation of any breakout right now. No confirmation whatsoever. This is a 3-day chart, but what I like to see, let's focus on the price indicators first, actually. This MACD, look at the histogram here. The story behind the histogram is that the bearish momentum to the downside is running out. And this can be depicted by the fact that the histogram is light red and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You see that? And also the MACD is flattening out and it looks like it wants to curl. And you know, historically when you get green curls here, you start to see curls, positive momentum moves up on the MACD and it really starts to turn dark green. You get large moves like you see back here, right? The other thing, check this out. The other thing that is encouraging, we see some downward resistance on this RSI, right? We're breaking above. You see the break here? Now, this is a 3-day candlestick, okay? This thing just opened on Thursday. So we have Thursday's price action, today's price action, and Saturday's price action. It's entirely possible that tomorrow we could be down. You know, we could close at 2 cents and we're still in this falling wedge. That is very, very possible. But what you want to watch for is, you want to watch for a significant break of here. You want to watch for like a break up into this area and a candle body close up towards like 2.6 to 2.8 cents. Once you start to see that, you can start to feel convinced we've fallen out of the falling wedge and now we're going to start battling some areas of resistance. Again, because this is a lower market cap, when it moves, it's going to move quick. A lot of money is going to flow into the AI projects. I'm never going to give you financial advice on this channel. But what I would say is that it would benefit you, in my opinion, to have some level of exposure to a crypto asset where there is an AI narrative. It will benefit your portfolio. Every time we have major impulses to the upside, every cycle we go through, every euphoric run, there's many narratives, but there's generally a main narrative, okay? And it seems like AI is going to be the main narrative at the moment. Something could change, but it seems like it's going to be the main narrative. So something to keep an eye on, something to take a look at your investment portfolio, trading portfolio, and make sure that you do your own due diligence, but I would suggest you have some level of exposure. Okay, let's see what other TA questions everyone has. I'm going to close some of these out so that I can create some room for some questions. By the way, Twitter is really acting stupid. It has for a long time. Do you know why I have 2 Twitter windows open? Because if I go here, and let's say I want to tweet out some emojis for my live channel, I have to come here, Control-A, Control-C, copy it, go over here, tweet, and start sticking those in there. Because if you go into a tweet, what I'm trying to say is if you go into a tweet and you start typing some text and then you try to put in the emojis, it doesn't work. And I've heard that has happened to at least one other person. It only works if you have a blank tweet and you put the emojis in. If you start typing something and then you try to put some emojis in, it's not working. And I have no fucking clue why. I've tried different browsers. I'm using Edge. I've tried Chrome and it doesn't work. So I don't know what the issue is. But I'm curious if you want to drop a comment if you guys are experiencing that. Let's see what questions we have here. It's different than 2020, and I think it's a different impulse wave. I'll have to read that then. I'm gonna like that at the very least, so I know where to go back to it. TechDev52, real smart guy, puts out a lot of good content. I'm gonna take a look at that then. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't have any plans today, so I'm going to be doing some charting and researching more than likely on crypto. I'll probably have some sports radio on, Philadelphia sports radio, and just chilling and hopefully enjoying this glass of wine when it gets to cellar temperature. I was hoping to enjoy it on the live stream, but feel free to crack one open and have a happy hour with me. Oh, Kevin was talking about the position size. Yeah, chicks do dig the bigger position size. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll just leave it at that. I was going to make a joke about something, but I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, chicks do dig the bigger position sizes. But you know what, though? I think something you need to keep real close to the hip. Just gonna throw it out there for you. Whether you're a guy or a girl, I don't think you should start disclosing if you have significant positions in crypto unless you're in a significant relationship. I wouldn't just throw that around. Unless you're really like engaged and looking to get married, I don't know that I would start throwing that stuff out there. That's really nobody's business, quite frankly. Love the content because someone should love you for your heart, not based on your Satoshi size, right? Okay, love the content, man. Keep it up through the next bull market, and you will do well. Thank you, Hodler. Yeah, so real quick to that comment, someone was kind of questioning, and I appreciate the feedback. Someone was questioning why I put all the work into these live streams, okay? And why not put more work into the published videos? And the reason is because, the reason for that comment is because the published videos, they get more views. They do. When I do an altcoin specific video or even a Bitcoin video in general, that gets more views than a daily live stream. The reason that I've set up the channel the way it is because the vision at the moment that I have for this channel is to really be a daily live streaming TA content channel, okay? I do want to continue putting out published videos on specific altcoins, on Bitcoin. I have not made the time for it, right? There's only so many hours in the day. I choose how to spend my time. I need a little bit of free time to myself. So I haven't gotten out. In fact, if I go to my, real quick, when is the last time I put out a published, I can't check right now. Oh, I can. The last time I put out a published, it was Injective Protocol, was April 18th. Christ, that was over a month ago. That's terrible. Yeah, so I have all these ideas, and I need to get them out there. But what I really enjoy doing, I enjoy doing the published videos, but what I really enjoy doing is interacting with you guys and charting things live and talking about what's going on in the market. And that's really the direction that I want the channel to grow. Now, I understand I need to grow the channel. I really would like the channel, honestly, to be a lot bigger. And the reason I'd like it to be a lot bigger is not because I need funds or finances or to monetize the channel, although monetizing the channel would be pretty cool. I'm almost there. That's not the reason. The reason is because I really sincerely do feel confident that I add value to the space. And so if I feel I add value to the space, I want to have a larger outreach, right? So that's only natural. So I would, I'd love to be at 30,000 subscribers and not close to 3,000, right? So yeah, more work to be done there, but that's why I do these live streams. One question, I have accumulated around, Jesus Christ. Well, you got more Digibyte than me, I will disclose that. One question, I have accumulated around 8 million Digibyte. Hodler, did I not say you shouldn't disclose how much of any position you hold? I guess I appreciate the transparency, although I don't need to know that. Welcome in everybody new. Appreciate if you could crush the thumbs up button to support the channel for this little small YouTube channel. So you've accumulated around 8 million Digibyte over the past year and a half. In your non-financial advice opinion, am I going to make it? 8 million. So we're going to do some quick, I don't even need to pull out the calculator. If Digibyte, and I only say if because there's no certainties in the market. Yes, I think Digibyte's going to go well past its prior all-time high. But even if Digibyte just got to its prior all-time high, okay, if that's what you saw in the chart and you said it's not going to go past all-time highs. It was really 18 cents, but for simplicity, we'll say 20 cents. You're talking 1.6 million pre-tax. And if that's a long-term holding, you're talking a 20% tax rate. You take 320 out of that, you're talking about a 1.28 million. 1.2. 16, 1.2. Shit, now I'm math on the spot. No, 8 million times 0.2 is 1.6. 20% of that is 320, so 1.28. Yes, 1 point. It's hard. It's like in math class when you're called up to the front of the class and you get to draw the math problem on the chalkboard. You fucking freeze up. 1.28 million after tax. Yeah, I think you're gonna fucking make it. Even if it fell short, Jesus. Even if it went to 10 cents, you got 800,000 pre-tax. Take out $160,000. You got $640,000. Yeah, I think you're gonna be just fine. I could keep doing math for you and tell you what potential targets you could have, but I think you're gonna make it. You're gonna fucking make it. You have more Digibyte than me. Much larger bag. Although I did consider myself somewhat of a whale, but now I read someone having 8 million. I'm like, am I a whale? I don't know. Crypto Bulldog, can you check out Udo? What, you're not calling me sweet cheeks anymore? No BBC? I don't think I have a chart for. Yeah, we're gonna pull this up on a blank, and we're gonna chart it live. We're gonna chart it live together. This is what we do on a Friday. Is the weather better where you're at? Because it's just like gloomy as shit here. I think tomorrow's gonna be really nice, but if it is, I'm gonna catch some rays. But it's been pretty shitty weather this week in South Florida. I'm not going to complain though. Generally, the weather is very favorable here, at least for someone like myself. Which one are we talking about here? Is it this guy? This guy right here, Unus Dow. Is this the guy you're talking about that you want me to chart? Not familiar with this whatsoever. Yeah, I hate when people ask me questions that I'm not familiar with. I don't think this is what you want me to chart. I think you said Udo, and you did the ticker symbol, so I'm trying to follow. No, this is what you're asking for right here. Yes. In fact, we took a look at this before. Okay. We took a look at this before. This is something we've charted before. Okay. Let's take a look at price action first. Looks like the high was all the way up at $1.10. We're sitting at, holy shit, this thing's down. Let's kind of reassess what's going on here. We haven't charted this one in a while. So Jorge, the first thing I would tell you about this chart, remember we were looking at XDC and how I said that charts are like the sexiest thing going on in my life outside my 2001 Acura Integra? And I said the XDC chart. She was XDC. She's like an 8 out of 10. Digging that chart. She's like an 8 out of 10. If I was like scoring it, hey, guys score girls, girls score guys. It's all it's all the same. Let's have some fun. I would give her an 8 out of 10. This girl here, this chart, I'm giving this like a 2. I'm giving this a 2 out of 10. This isn't the kind of chart you want to date. This isn't your long-term. You're not going to marry this chart. This chart's no good for you. You're a good communicator. She sucks at communication. You bring a lot to the table. She brings fucking jack squat. All right. She might be good for a trade. You have a good time with her for a little bit, but you might want to get the fuck out after that. So, really going off the rails today. So, I will say this here was attractive because you can see there's a rounding bottom, and we got a huge rise in price here. And I wonder if there was bullish divergence or anything like that on the smaller time frames. Oh, fuck yeah. You can see back here was a great trade setup. And I don't know if you came in here, Jorge, before this move. If you did, you were brilliant. Or if you got into it, you were brilliant. Look at the bullish divergence that was taking. This is a great case where you have bullish divergence. You have a rounding bottom. This is a great trade setup. Rounding bottom and bullish divergence. And it resulted in a monumental rise in price. We did a 4x. More than a 4x. Okay? Great trade setup. Now, right now, okay, we got a little over exuberant. We went way up in price, and now we've corrected way low. Okay, and we're below this area of support here. The main thing I would watch for, Jorge, on this chart, I would actually go to smaller time frames and see if we can start to develop some more bullish divergence, which it doesn't look we have anything similar to that going on. Stick to the higher time frames, and really, we got to break this area of resistance, and then we got to break this area of resistance. Downward resistance here, and then we have anywhere between 1.5, and it really looks like since we wicked up here, we'll move this up. Really anywhere all the way up to like 2.3 cents. Anywhere between 1.5 to 2.3 cents. This thing isn't really going to make much headway until we clear 2.3 cents with a candle body close on the weekly. So again, this is not the chart you want to marry or bring home to mom and dad. This is the chart you might want to date for a month. You have a good time, and then you get the fuck out. That's what you do. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm not like that either. People that don't know me, I make these comments and try to. Some people don't understand I'm being funny, and this is me just trying to be funny. It's not reflective of who I am as a person, but you can think what you will. Hey CBG, thanks for the lives. Thanks for the lives. Oh, thanks for the live. Man, I am slow. I am really slow. You're welcome. I love doing these live streams. Any idea on how... Oh, I got it. That reminds me. I got to get back in touch with my brother. We're supposed to be starting up our... I got to get back in touch with him. Hopefully, guys, I'm going to be going live twice a day on Thursdays. Crypto Bros podcast is going to be coming back. You want something lively? If you want to tune in for something that's a lot different, we're not going to be doing much chart analysis, but we're going to be talking about fundamentals in the market. You want to get to know my brother a little bit, interesting character. We're similar in many ways, but we're also very different. And I think we have a very good chemistry when we do the podcast. You got to tune in for that. We're going to start that back up soon. Any idea on how much liquidity the Hong Kong event could bring into the crypto market? Yeah, so interesting question. I guess Hong Kong, I was reading a little bit about that. I tune in, I'm sure, as you guys do too. I watch Cryptos R Us because I like that he daily live streams on crypto news. It helps. He hits on a lot of main news events. It doesn't matter if I agree or disagree with his views on things. I definitely tune him out. I put my fingers literally in my ears like this when he starts talking about charts because he knows nothing about technical analysis. And sometimes it irritates me when he talks about it. I can't stand it. But he does a very good job of at least covering the main news articles and situations going on. And I know he was covering that at some point. I don't know how much liquidity Hong Kong coming into the market is going to bring, really. I haven't assessed that. Although I think the timing of that, June is such a pivotal month. We have this debt ceiling clown show going on. The debt ceiling is going to get raised. Anyone that doesn't think the debt ceiling isn't going to get raised is living under a fucking rock. In June, you have the potential. Now, I've said I'm looking for June. DT! DT is in the house. What's up, bro? Good morning. May I greet you, kind sir, with a glass of wine? Have yourself a cup of coffee. Good to see DT in the house, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Glad to see you. June is really shaping up to be a big month. Again, I am expecting a really solid rise in the market in June. You have this debt ceiling BS going on. You have Hong Kong entering the market. And you have the potential for the litigation news between SEC and Ripple. June is really shaping up to be a very big month. okay? I think there's a lot. Alex, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you back. I think there's a lot to potentially be excited about for June. We got to remain patient, but I am very, very, especially with May, you know, I feel you guys, you know, as unemotional as I am in this market and I've been around for a while, you know, May's just been chippy choppy bullshit, you know, and you have to accept that and remain patient and remain very level-headed, because those opportunities with sideways consolidation and downward consolidation and opportunities like an Alethea AI, artificial liquid intelligence, it provides you an opportunity to scale in at much lower price levels. But, you know, we want some excitement. I get that. And I think June has the opportunity potentially to provide that. Another question here. For Chinese and Apple VR narratives, okay, here we go. For Chinese and Apple VR narratives was looking at Senso, Galaxy, DYP, God's IOV. Wow, you got a lot going on there. I'm going to go back to this comment from MM. You got a lot of projects listed there. Is DYP? That's funny you said DYP. DYP, that's the one I own, right? Yeah, I got into a trade, really small trade position, DYP. Yeah, I bought a little DYP. I had commented out to you guys on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, that hello from Tennessee. What's up, my brother? Shane, I recognize you. I recognize the avatar. I recognize you from Twitter. You are part of the Digibyte community, part of the Digibulls. Glad to have you in. Yeah, DYP, this is one of these ones that I had commented on Twitter that, and I commented on my live stream that I took a small position because I'm not really familiar with the project. I like the chart setup. I really like the chart setup, and it's a really low liquidity available on a major exchange at Coinbase, so it has the potential to potentially really run hard once this market gets going. Guys, remember, a rising tide lifts all boats, okay? Some boats are bigger and will have a bigger wave associated with it. Some boats are smaller, but they're going to have a bigger wave associated. But at the end of the day, a rising tide lifts all boats. Just don't forget that. So appreciate the feedback, MM, on all these associated projects with these narratives here. I'm going to go back to your comment and kind of chart some of those things out. Appreciate it. Does anyone... Oh, Alex, I really would like to give you a good... If it was up to... if I really was a god, I would utilize my powers to bring the markets up. But... we'll have to remain patient. Hope, you know, one of the things my father, I'm very sensitive to word choices. You will find that if you're around me and interact with me a lot. I'm very sensitive to word choices. I don't like when someone says to you, good luck. Luck is never needed if you've worked hard at something. I know it's meant as a positive saying going in, like if you're taking an exam, good luck. Yeah, you shouldn't need luck if you studied hard. I hope you do well. Well, you shouldn't need hope if you've prepared, right? So we shouldn't hope for June to do well. If we're looking at the chart and we feel convicted that June has a high probability, a significant probability of being a bullish month, then we're using chart knowledge and education. We don't have to hope for anything. So, but we shall see. Does anyone else have any charting questions? We're running up at like 50 minutes, so I wouldn't mind popping off. That's what she said. Wouldn't mind popping off if nobody else has any questions. I'm trying to think of anything else I could really chart here that's sticking out to me. I don't really see anything. I'll take one more question. Casper's up big today. We could take a look at Casper real quick. Glad I got into my position at like 4.8 cents. I had indicated that I got that last bonus check, sign-on bonus check, and put it to work into Casper at 4.8 cents. Okay, so we still got to get above 5.6. It's nice that we're holding this 4.8 level here. You see that? This isn't luck or this isn't chance that we are literally bouncing right off this green line, okay? You see, this was a prior area of resistance. We couldn't get above it, right? Now we've gotten above it, and now it's support and support. So now we want to start breaking 5.6 and move. Once we, by the way, guys, for those who are in Casper, once we break 5.6 convincingly, the second time, you can see we've done it once before. over here. I suspect 7.5 is going to come rather quickly. So keep an eye on that because that's a 50% move right there. Okay, very healthy chart in terms of a market turnaround here. You can see, let me clean this up a little bit. Let me get this stuff off here. This was for illustration during a live stream. I don't need to keep this on here. One of the things I wanted to point out here, and I think I looked at this with you guys before on Casper, you can see, and again, you see similar market structures in many charts, okay? We don't need to make this perfect, but you can see, what is this? I mean, clearly this is a rounding bottom, right? This is one of the most bullish things you can see, or want to see in a chart, rounding bottom, and eventually we're just going to go up and enter some sort of parabolic journey before we really start to become overbought and then correct down. But the parabolic journeys are always fun. The parabolic journeys are fun. You just have to have a logical plan in place to scale out of your investments because, guys, for the first time in my life, I witnessed firsthand. I told you, I'm always transparent with you. The expanded flat correction from 2020 and 21 threw me off. I was not expecting it, okay? I did not think that's the level of correction we were entering in that wave 3 top there. I really thought that we had corrected down. I think we went down as low as, what was it, like the $28,000 level, and I thought we had bottomed and we were back on our way up and we were going to exceed $100,000, and I was wrong. So I saw my investment portfolio. I had what is the term now? Now I forget. Realized gains. I didn't have any realized gains. I had paper gains. I could look into my portfolio and say, wow, that's what my portfolio is worth. That is pretty fucking incredible. But I didn't sell anything, right? So I didn't have, those are paper gains. I can go in there and I can see it, but it's not real. It's not a realized gain until you click sell, okay? So the reason I say that is because as we start to enter euphoric price territory on all these assets moving forward, whether I'm correct and this begins in 2023 or whether I'm incorrect and we're actually in 2024, for Bitcoin that is, all coins, depending when Bitcoin tops, will bleed into 2024. But point of the conversation is, as we start to enter that parabolic journey, you better have a plan in place because as nice as it is to see your portfolio grow in value, you don't want to allow greed to take over. You don't want to allow emotion to take over. You need a logical game plan in place to say sell. Yes, you sold it $1 and maybe we went to $1.15, but you're good with that plan. You had there's a reason you had that plan in place. And unless if something materially changes, you stick behind your plan, okay? I'm selling here. And then this little bit, I'm just going to let it run. And then at some point, I'm going to get out, right? But at least you've sold 90 or 95% of your position, okay? That's all I got, guys. You love my teachings. Why? Thank you, sir. All right, everyone have a good weekend. I will be back here on Monday. I really don't have any plans, like I said, on Monday. If anyone wants to join me Memorial Day at some point, probably be later in the day, we'll probably do an evening live stream. We'll assess the weekly closes. Now, keep in mind, real quick before you tune out here, next week is an important week because we only have 4 days during the month. So when I go live on the 29th, we're going to have a very good idea how May is going to close. Okay, we're going to have a very good idea. And then, like I said, Wednesday is going to be a really long day for me on the 31st. But if I'm able to manage it, I will live stream as we close out 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday to see how the month closes. And then we can assess where June is opening up. Very big monthly close coming up in May. So keep an eye out for me to go live on Monday if you're able to join me. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy family. Enjoy friends. Stay safe, everyone. And thank you to all the veterans out there. Track can relate. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care. Until next time, spread awareness and carry the education forward.